Hurricane Matthew definitely made its mark across the Caribbean and the southeast U.S. Now millions of people are left picking up the pieces, but there is critical disaster relief coming from right here on the Sun Coast. A Lakewood Ranch company called Shelterbox is here to help and tell us what they are doing to help others. Now, Chris Alexander, you're the communications director, and this company is really important to a lot of people, especially going back a couple years ago when there were disasters. So tell me, what is Shelterbox?
So Shelterbox is an international disaster relief charity that provides emergency shelter to survivors of natural disaster or humanitarian crisis anywhere in the world. And the headquarters is here in Lakewood Ranch, the U.S. headquarters, but we have affiliate offices all over the world.
All right.
You guys do an amazing job.
Yeah, and what makes you unique? Because I'm seeing, this is some video from Haiti back when they had the earthquake. What are we seeing here?
So that was after the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. That was a devastating disaster and one of Shelterbox's largest responses. We provided about a third of all of the tented shelter after that disaster in Haiti. And there are people that are still living in those tents to this day, 6 years after the disaster.
And every one of those tents came in that box.
Yeah, so let's talk about the box. So what is the box and what's in it?
So that's our iconic shelter box. It's a large green box that houses tented shelter and other life-saving equipment like a water filtration system, solar lighting, a children's activity packet, blankets, bed sheets, pots and pans, basically everything you would need if you had just lost your home and everything in it.
Oh, wow. And I know the hurricane just happened, so what are you doing to help with this hurricane?
Our response team landed in Port-au-Prince on Friday, and they're conducting assessments to figure out where the most vulnerable communities are and how Shelterbox aid can be tailored to the disaster. Our boxes can be tailored to every disaster. Every disaster is different and requires different responses.
Oh.
So we can switch out the aid depending on what's needed. We also offer a shelter kit, which is basically a large toolkit, heavy-duty tarps, rope, all the fixings you would need to either watertight and secure your home, or help clear out the rubble, or manufacture a brand new home.
Oh, wow. That's very important for a lot of people that lose their home and are in a situation where they don't have any options.
Indeed.
Tell us a bit. I have a question about some of the things sitting in front of you. That one in particular.
Yeah.
It looks like a pillow, but it's obviously got some kind of reflector on it. What is that, and why is that important?
Yeah, so this is the Luminate solar light, and it packs flat, but it inflates, and it offers a diffused light.
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
So it's great for reading, it's great for nighttime security, lots of uses. You can lash it to the front of the tent or to wherever you need it. It recharges by sunlight, and it offers a 10 to 18 hour charge depending on
That's
how much light it
That's
gets.
really neat.
And over here.
And yeah, let's go through some of the other things. So you said a water filtration system.
Yeah, that's a water filtration system that'll filter out 99% of all of the pathogens and viruses in the water. It's pretty easy to use. You just pour it in, and it filters about 10,000 liters of water.
Even to things like cholera, because I know that's a
Absolutely.
huge concern right now in Haiti.
Yeah, that was a problem after the 2010 earthquake. They had about 3,500 cases of cholera, which had never happened before in Haiti.
Right.
And that's a big concern after this disaster.
Yeah, they're already talking about it.
Help them set them up. If I got this big green box, I wouldn't have any idea what to do with it.
Yeah, so one of the reasons that Shelterbox is so successful is our volunteer network. And a large segment of those volunteers are the Shelterbox response team.
Okay.
These are men and women that take vacation time to actually deploy to a disaster site and deliver Shelterbox aid. And they work with community leaders to kind of train the trainer. So it's not just our team setting up hundreds of tents. They get the community involved, and the community learns how to set these camps up, and they kind of help themselves.
Well, you mentioned people, but are there things other people can do to help?
Absolutely, absolutely. We're privately funded, and so we have a 4-star rating from Charity Navigator, a gold rating from GuideStar, very transparent with the money, and so people can donate at shelterboxusa.org. We also have a large volunteer network across the U.S., so I would encourage people, if they want to have a hands-on involvement, they can volunteer with Shelterbox. I started as a volunteer. And then share our news stories on social media. We bring a lot of attention to what's happening in Haiti. We have teams on the ground there, and we'll have more photos and information as time goes on.
Headquartered right here on the Sun Coast, which blows my mind every time.
I know this, we're talking about life-saving things, but I do want to also mention that you also are focusing on some of the kids that are left without their homes and not have things to do, and you have one of the little Shelterbox kits for them that includes crayons and markers and things that they can actually do to kind of keep them like busy during the time of,
Yeah,
a
because
distress.
it's so hard for the parents.
Yeah.
They need the children to be entertained. hurricane. And the kids need that to
Yeah.
forget the terrible circumstances around them.
So, just
Absolutely.
little things, all the little things I think that matter. Of course,
And
the
the
shelter is
big
more
things, like a
important,
roof.
but this, you never know how a kid would just appreciate a coloring book. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank
to
you.
have your whole world delivered in a box like that from Lakewood Ranch, that's amazing.
All right, well, to help with the Hurricane Matthew relief efforts, you want to go to shelterboxusa.org/Matthew.